This is just going to be a quick overview of synthetic division of polynomials. I'm just going to go through a quick example, kind of explain what's going on and how to do it. Pretty simple process. One thing to look for is why we're doing the things we're doing. You'll kind of see the parallels to long division of polynomials if you're looking for them. So we're going to do an example of 2x cubed plus x squared plus 1 divided by x plus 3. And this one's going to have a remainder, so you'll see how that kind of works. But a lot of times when we use synthetic division, we're going to be looking for factors of a polynomial. We're going to be specifically looking for cases where there is no remainder. And it gets a lot easier if there is no remainder, but this one's going to have remainder. And we'll we at what that looks like when we get there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write down the coefficients of the terms. And because we have 0 x's, we're going to have to fill that in as a 0. So we're going to have 2, 1, 0, and 1 written as our coefficients. And those are going to go right here. And then our divisor, x plus 3, is going to be represented right here. And we're actually going to record that as a negative 3. And the reason for that is because in synthetic division, instead of multiplying and subtracting like we do in long division, we're going to be multiplying and adding. So that's the real reason why that happens in synthetic division. It's just a part of the algorithm. But one nice thing to think about here, especially once we get to the factor theorem, is if this x plus 3 were to be a factor, negative 3 would be the 0 that goes along with that factor according to our factor theorem. And so when we start looking for factors of polynomials and zeros of polynomials, that's where we're looking. So synthetic division is pretty straightforward. From here, I'm just going to drop down my 2. And then from there, it's just going to be a matter of multiplying and adding, multiplying and adding, multiplying and adding until we get to our remainder. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. That'd be just like if we were doing long division, we'd be multiplying our divisor by the part of the quotient that we're looking at. Then we add, get negative 5. Multiply again is 15. Add gives me 15. Multiplying again gives me negative 45. And adding again gives me negative 44. Now, to read this, what we're looking at here is our remainder, and then each of these terms has a place value, just like in numbers. So we got our units, our x values, and our x squareds. And so we're going to write that out as 2x squared minus 5x plus 15. And the remainder of negative 44, we're going to write over our divisor, just like we did with long division. And so remember, our divisor is x plus 3, not just a negative 3. It's the x plus 3. And so we'd have plus a negative 44 over x plus 3. And so right there we've got our quotient plus our remainder written in that mixed number form that we're going to like to use.